this is the first time we've done something like this. It's a bit of an evolution. We've obviously done TikTok lives before. Hello, my Christmas Emporium, and Dean Harris as well. We've done these before, and they've been amazing fun. What we've also done is we've done a podcast as well. I don't know if any of you have heard it. Let us know in the chat if you have. Right. Hello, everyone. Now, what we've decided to do is kind of bring these two things together, right? So create some sort of synergy between them and capture all of that fun that we have on the lives, as well as some of those great little features that we've had in the podcast as well. So that's the plan. All right, that's the plan. Keep liking, keep sharing the live. It's the more the merrier, right? The more the merrier. My Christmas Emporium is asking, do I think there's going to be any wicked areas? I'm not sure. I think there's a good chance of it. It depends really, I guess, how that thing evolves. Obviously, we kind of had a massive splash with it over the last couple of years with the movie coming out and then the second movie. Like, it depends how far it goes. I would like to see it at the moment, right? I think that would be so good, right? But let's see. Let's see. I think to begin with, they're going to go safe. I think they're going to go for things that they know people are going to love. I think it would be amazing too. My Christmas Emporium. I mean, let us know in the chat. You know, what's everyone else think about a wicked themed land? I think that would be very, very cool. Look, now I promised today that we'd have somebody joining us today, and we do have that. We have Project Universal. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Is he here? I can kind of. I can. Yeah, there he is. There he is. There he is. He's hiding his face.
What have you done?
How are you doing, bud? You all right?
I got massive audio problem. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, no, I can. I can hear your struggles. I'll tell you what, while you sort that out, we're just going to run through the chat. My Christmas Emporium, fantastic beast. Very possible. Very possible. But again, that's going to be hooked into that little situation that Universal has to negotiate with Warner Brothers. Hey, I can hear you fine, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Did you hear me a minute ago? Because I was just
yeah. We could hear you struggling. It was
I had the AirPods in my ear, but it was like someone was flicking a spring.
Nice.
Boing, boing. I don't know where that was coming from.
So, how you doing? All good?
Yeah.
Been down the site today?
No,
not today. Not today. Not been checking out any fellas digging holes in the ground.
No, well, I haven't seen them for a few days.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're still there, but I haven't paid a lot of attention. I drove past it yesterday, but I didn't. I know someone was in there because the latch was up on the gate, but I didn't see anyone around. I think they're over the core zone somewhere, so you can't really see it from Manor Road.
No, that's it. Last I was down there a few days ago. They were down there by the farm entrance. If you've been watching any of Digital Dan stuff, basically where he films his stuff, that's kind of where they've been hanging out down there, digging holes and things. Now, I'm right in thinking. Look, I don't know much about kind of this whole digging business and all of that sort of thing, but my understanding is you know a little bit more about it than me.
Oh yeah, cheers for that.
You're welcome.
All I know is they're digging a hole in the ground. Someone did actually come on my Facebook page the other day and said, "Hey, I'm one of the guys who's digging the hole."
No way.
And I said, "Well, I said you're welcome here, but just be real careful what you're saying because there's probably a NDA that's been signed from your firm." But I think that they're just looking at what's under the ground. Really, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, just sort of like, is it kind of just see how firm the ground is and things like that, kind of for the purposes of kind of construction, foundations, that sort of thing?
Yeah, like you need to know what you're digging on, don't you? Really, and there's a lot
Yeah,
of clay around there. That's what it's famous for. So
yeah, solid stuff.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's solid. You say that, but it's pretty squishy.
squishy.
You'll squidge straight down into it, wouldn't you?
We don't want that. We don't want that. No, absolutely not. So I'm just going through. I've got a few people in the chat here.
Yeah.
So we got. All right, Ben's asking, do we think the layout is going to be like Epic Universe or conventional sort of Universal Fair? What do you reckon?
I think it's going to be a built around a lake, so you can kind of lap it.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, I did wonder, because obviously Epic Universe is a real departure in terms of how that park is laid out in terms of a Universal park. Most of them are just kind of like you just kind of go around in a big circle. Whereas Epic Universe, a little bit more like kind of a Disney-esque kind of, you go into a kind of a central zone and then you can kind of ping around from there. So you kind of got that hub and spoke design. So I think you're right. I think it's going to be, around that lake. We've seen the concept art. Looks like that's going to be the plan. So we shall see.
Yeah, I think your first problem you're going to have when you get in the park is, do I go clockwise or do I go anti-clockwise?
Yeah.
And you're going to spend 10 minutes thinking about that. And
you have to have a coffee and a donut while you're having a ruminate over that little situation. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it's going to be one or the other.
As people learn the layout, it will become like, if you go to Fort Park in the morning, everybody knows which way they're going to go, depending on their, preference. So everyone will there'll be a horde of people either going left or a horde of people going right around the lake.
Yes. Yeah. And there'll be, I'm sure, within a couple of months, there'll be like a strategy, a proven strategy of the right way to go, right? It's going to be, okay, no. If you're on it, you're going to go whatever, counterclockwise or however it's going to be. We've got a few questions in here. My Christmas Emporium is asking how much we think the annual passes are going to be when it opens.
I did ask this on that Facebook. We want Universal Studios. They did. Jamie on there asked this, and I put down about $450. I was hoping to see. As a local, I don't need parking. So,
true.
So I'm willing to pay, obviously, but I don't want to have to pay for parking when I don't need it. I can walk there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a funny one. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have kind of a tiered system, like kind of a gold, silver, bronze sort of scenario, where gold will get you in any day of the year, bronze will kind of get you in at off peak, and silver will be somewhere in the middle. And yeah, I'd be interested to see how they shape up. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe like $450, maybe for the bronze. I think it's going to be pricey, right? I don't think it's going to be too cheap. The ones over in the States are they're not cheap. But then this kind of we don't really know yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how it kind of shakes out. God, I mean, I absolutely love the chat here because it's brilliant. We've got loads of people okay, so here we are. Look, apologies here. My fat thumbs are kind of messing this all up for me. All right, how do we add ourselves to the waiting list? Yeah, just turn up. Just turn up on opening days. That would be absolutely perfect.
You'll have to wear a black T-shirt next time because I can barely see the chat.
I know.
Your top is white.
I know it's complete. It's wreck-it, and with the stripes as well. It's kind of it's tripping me out. Okay. Ollie's saying, I think it's going to have a similar layout to Beijing. I I think you're right. I think it will do, especially as some of those kind of expansion zones are kind of keyed in, because the way it's going to be designed is everywhere around that lake is going to be pretty much filled out. Any expansion will be kind of beyond and outside of that. And if you look at the Beijing park and you look at the map now, you've got this kind of lake and you've got everything around it. Yeah. And then you've kind of got this, then there's like bits behind those bits. And I mean, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing to look at on a map because, I like symmetry and weird stuff like that. But I imagine you're absolutely right. And he, by the way, he's going straight to Jurassic World. So he's going to go straight across the lake. He's going to swim right across it. And so's Coaster Royals. Hey, my Christmas Emporium, do you think the food will be themed and will there be good merchandise?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in the food, and I know my wife would be very, very excited about the merchandise opportunities. So yeah, I have absolutely no doubt it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be hard to keep your wallet in your pocket. Let's have a little bit.
You say that, I'm really tight. I never buy merch and I never buy food on site. I've been what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But Merlin have taught me well.
Yeah,
you don't buy food on theme parks because it's shit.
My God.
Sorry, it's poor quality and it's expensive.
No, so
Merlin have taught me that. Yeah, take a packed lunch.
I'm
not that into the merch, to be honest. I mean, I like looking at it, but
yeah. I mean, look, if it's good stuff, I mean, my rule of thumb is: would I wear it outside of a theme park? If I would, then it's good.
Yeah.
If it's something that I can only wear in a certain situation or environment, I'm a guy with a very limited wardrobe. Right? I don't bother with clothes. I have a few t-shirts that I love. So for me, it's got to be something that I love. Chris is really, really hoping for a cheap annual pass. He's going 200 quid. I love the thought.
That might be one where you can stand outside and watch the roller coasters.
You can park on the A421 for 200 quid.
Yeah.
And Soph, who, yeah, but is my wife. So thank you, darling, for being here. She's asking if every Universal around the world offers discount for locals, and she knows that Florida does. Now, they do in California as well. I do know that. It's a bit tricky to get information from some of the others, but leave that one with me. I'll do a little bit of digging on that front. But I'd imagine that we'd follow closer to a kind of an American model on pricing than, say, a Chinese one, because, economics in China, probably quite interesting. And she definitely wants an annual pass. Me too. Right. Right. So yeah, we've got Florida's is about $500. Said Coaster Rolls. That's about $450 then. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, mate. You're bang on. All right. Let's have a little bit of a look. Okay. Right. Goodness me. There's a lot of. I wish there was an easier way of just having the chat just sort of there all the time. Right, great. So, how far do you think they'll consider us local? I'm 40 minutes drive away from Bedford, says Chris.
I think if you got the letter, you're local.
If you got the letter,
that's as far as it will go.
Do you reckon it's gonna be like a real? It's just gonna be a little sweetener.
Did you get the letter?
No, I didn't get the letter. I must just be outside. Honestly, my neighbour probably got the bloody letter.
Yeah,
outrageous, man.
You're too many villages away.
I know. I mean, what is it like?
Well, you're one major village away from.
I'm only one major village away
from me. Yeah, and yeah.
Andy Jones. I'm gonna acknowledge your question, mate. So Andy's asking, what do we feel about the tenants living on Manor Road complaining about threatening behaviour? Do you know what I think the best thing to probably do about that whole situation is it's hard for us to remember, I think, sometimes that these are people who may have lived in those houses with fields all around them for decades. And that was probably a really nice existence. So it's probably a very personal thing for them and very private. So I don't know. I don't really want to comment too much on it. Just kind of out of respect for how for whatever they're going through.
I totally agree with you there. I haven't spoke about it since. It did get heated in my inbox.
Did it?
One of the people who was in the news report, not because I was saying anything, but because I was allowing it on my Facebook page, where it's a free. I don't on my Facebook page. I want to just tell it as it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to hide anything in that. And there's good and bad. And personally, I think it's very sad what's happening, but it is what it is, isn't it? And I hope they get it resolved. I really do hope they get it resolved.
I hope they get it resolved.
Their satisfaction.
Yeah, exactly. Because there can be a positive outcome for everyone involved. So I think that's well said. All right, we're going to move on from that. So my Christmas Emporium is very, very on brand, and they're asking, what Christmas events do you think? She doesn't want to do Halloween Horror Nights, and that makes sense. But she does want to do something festive, and do you know what? That it's on brand. My Christmas Emporium. I would imagine there's going to be some Christmassy stuff going on. Yeah. Interestingly, I'm not sure that Christmas was actually listed as one of the special events in the planning documents.
Of course they'll do it. Of course.
Yeah.
It's a given. Have you ever been to Disneyland Paris at Christmas time?
Do you know what? I've not.
It's amazing. Go at the beginning of December, before the crowds get there.
Yeah.
But everything's set up. Well, when I went, a good few years ago now, it was maybe the first week of December, I think. So everything was running for Christmas, but without all the crowds.
Oh.
So it was amazing.
That's the dream, isn't it? It's the dream. The best of both.
That was a while ago, because we trained it straight there. Of course, you can't train it there anymore, can you?
No. Well, they'll have to bring that back so people can train it straight from Disneyland Paris all the way to Wixham's, right? Yeah. So, Coastal Rolls, how likely do you think it is that we'll get a Jurassic World Adventure clone? Which just for everyone here, that is the dark ride that they have over at Universal in Beijing. What do you think, mate?
I don't think we'll get a clone. I think we'll certainly get Jurassic Park, but they've already made it quite clear that they don't want to clone anything. And I hope they stick to it.
I think they'll stick to it. I mean, I think there might be a few that do appear that have appeared elsewhere, I think. But I do think that if that is to happen, it will be from some of those Far Eastern parks, some of those, like either Japan or China.
Yeah.
The sort of parks that people in the UK are less likely to visit because it is literally on the other side of the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did get something of Jurassic World Adventure of that ilk. It looks like it might just be a placeholder in the concept art, but the building looks very similar. Ronnie Dodge says, I get Islands of Adventure Beijing vibes from it. Yeah, me too, 100%. Ben, will they offer the free refills around the parks like they do in other parks? Are you talking about the kind of the Coke Freestyle situation? If you are, I'm all over that. We went to Legoland a couple of years ago. We got one of those Coke Freestyle bottles, and I hammered it so much that I went back to the machine once, and it told me to take a break. It said, "No, you've had too much. Come back in 10 minutes." Honestly, I was getting my money's worth, right? Ronnie Dodge is heading straight to Back to the Future. Right,
I do that in the pub around the corner from us. You know.
Yeah,
the Brewers Fair.
Right.
They do unlimited Cokes, then they
Do they?
drinks on the machine. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I have 2 Cokes before my meal gets out.
Yeah. No, you got to, haven't you? Yeah, 100%. Like if you go to Nando's, you just got to hammer that. You know, if you're not leaving with diabetes, you've not been to Nando's. Right. Do we know who the construction contractor is yet?
No, as far as I know, I don't.
No. I'd imagine there's probably quite a thorough tender process for that.
I search every day for tenders. A lot of it's behind closed doors, or not closed doors, but paid memberships, so you can't see it. But I do try and see it. I know the Wixom's one's gone out, and it's not due till I think the end of this year, which is why construction doesn't start till February 26.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they've got the rest of this year to put a tender in for Wixom's. But I've not seen anything on Universal yet.
No,
I think it will be a big boy. Whoever's running the show will be top. Do you remember, actually, funny you should mention that. You remember we saw them construction jobs that came up, hiring managers.
Oh, yeah.
A little while ago. I can't remember what they were called. The Danny Sullivan Group, that was it.
Right.
They've just been kicked off of HS2. So
have they?
Yeah. In fact, 2, I think Skankster, someone like that, have kicked Danny Sullivan Group off, and another contract have kicked off. So I think it's fair to say that we won't be seeing the Danny Sullivan Group supplying.
But I could imagine it being like a Skankster or someone. It's going to be. It'll be a big one. It'll be a big one. It's going to be. It'll be a contractor with quite significant resources. Soap's asking, will there be a big cinema in City Walk like Orlando?
That'd be nice.
Do you know what? I hadn't thought of that. But how great would it be, right? Not a multiplex, but just a massive, like a single screen cinema. And you could have premieres there and everything. That'd be, honestly, how cool would that be?
I think I read
that'd be unbelievable.
I think I've seen on the document somewhere they mentioned the word cinema.
Really?
I can't think. Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. All right. Leave that one with us. We shall report back.
Possibility that a cinema will make will turn up. Yeah.
Yeah. Henry's asking a question, and we'll answer it. But I also want people to answer it in the chat. So, not including any rumours, right, that we've heard so far. All right. Is there any franchise that you would love to be at Universal that I'm going to kind of, hasn't been spoken about yet?
The one I would love to see, it's never going to happen because it's Warner Brothers and it's not Harry Potter, but I would love to go in the cave where the Goonies pirate ship is.
That'd be great.
Ship. And,
honestly,
I would love that. I would love a Goonies. It's never going to happen because it's Warner Brothers and it's 1985, so it won't. But I would love that. That and Back to the Future would be my. They could just forget about the entire rest of the park. They could just do those 2 things. I'd be happy.
You just bounce between the 2 of them.
Yeah. I mean, I've never watched Lord of the Rings, so I have no idea.
No, I've told you. Next time you have the flu, put it on.
Yeah,
it will be. A little bit of a weird fever dream. But I love that question. That's a great one.
I need to do that. I need to do Harry Potter because I've never watched them.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, and then there's the other one. What was the other one people were saying? I haven't watched that either. So,
what in the same context?
Someone was saying it's either going to be Lord of the Rings and then there was something else, and I can't remember what it was.
You're ringing a bell for me. I can't remember either. It's going to come to me. Sarah's asking, is Eurostar still planned to come as far as Bedford? It's being kind of alluded to, Sarah. Nothing is certain at this point, but it's something that I think people would like to happen. I think there's some infrastructure that needs to go in for that to be possible. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a train expert, so I'm not sure if those Eurostar trains can run on our gauge track or anything like it. But God, I think it would be amazing if they could make it happen. Of course, the Bedford line does go into the same station that Eurostar goes into, so it's not completely out of the realms of possibility. All right.
Ronnie Dodge has said, "Oh my God, yes, Goonies water ride." He's nailed that.
There you go.
That would be amazing.
There you go.
You know, when you slide down the kind of the water tunnel with the little river going down there, like a water slide. Imagine that, like you're on a log flume or something, and you go past the piano and all sorts of stuff.
That'd be nice, man. And like,
a bit like a Wixton Park water drop. You know the water.
Yeah. Oh, I know the one, man. Yeah.
Splashes into the water, and then the pirate ship's there, and then you get taken around a track around the pirate ship. There's animatronics, you know. Sloth is up there. Oh yeah. Can you imagine? It's not going to happen. It's Warner Brothers, so
it's unlikely, right? But you know what? Would love it. Plot Together's asking: is there any chance of a water park? They've bought so much land. Now, this is a funny thing because this is mentioned in the planning documents. Did you see this? It's like mention of potential indoor water park.
Yeah, it rings a bell. I think they just kind of cover all their bases, don't they?
I think they've covered all their bases. And from memory, that this was in the part of the document where they were kind of saying, thanks so much for everyone's feedback and engagement. So I think that's something that lots of people have asked for and lots of people have wanted. And I think they wanted to give it a shout out just to kind of say, we hear you. Who knows? But if they do it, it's going to have to be absolutely enormous. And it's just whether or not that is the best use of their space. Because
they could build it.
How many people can you fit in a water? Sorry, mate?
They could put it right on the back field by the interchange, you know, right up the other end.
That's true. The
concrete slab. They got all that land out there.
Yeah.
Or even in the lakes. Empty some of them lakes off.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Or
Did you see actually in the news today in the local paper today they were talking about the Oasis. I'm going a bit off piste here.
Oh, go on. Let's talk about the Oasis. Go on, mate.
The Oasis swimming pool and how there was a bit of a hoo-ha with the council and they got rid of the contract. Anyway, my point is a lot of people are saying just get rid of the Oasis swimming pool, sell it off, get rid of it, because Universal will probably build their own water park. Let someone else build it for the town, basically. If you ever go to like Butlins in Bognor Regis, all the locals can go in the water park. So Bognor Regis, they don't need to build their own swimming pool because Butlins have a great water park, and you know, it saves the council money. I think that's a genius idea. If they
it would be smart, but whether it will work commercially for Universal, you know, that's the other thing, you know, because they I cannot foresee a world where they'll say, yeah, come in for free, like, you know,
for free. Still charge people on the door.
Give people that. Fine. Let's have a little bit. Oh, Ben's asking if you're going to show your face anytime soon. And then he says, is Project Universal going to show his face anytime soon? ? He is and then it just ends. So I don't know what he was going to say there, mate.
He is a knob.
don't know where that was going to go. Hinks is saying he can't wait to see your face when you walk through those gates for the first time. 100%. We're all going to be there. We're going to be there. Ronnie Dodge says, of course we're going to get Christmas because there's the Grinch. Absolutely. And look, Infinite Universal fan, wasn't special events listed in the hours for the park? Yes, it was. So they've got Halloween Horror Nights. And by the way, these are kind of days that the park's going to be open till 2 a.m. Halloween Horror Nights, and then there's going to be Diwali, Eid, Chinese New Year, normal, whatever New Year, our New Year is, and I guess Christmas as well. But there's going to be events all year round. If you've kind of been to any of these, you know, world-class parks, there's always something going on. There's always an event. There's always a reason for you to go back. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look. Let's scoot down. Yeah, look, Andy Jones saying, it's a shame they can't do Harry Potter Land with Hogwarts Express train to the experience down in Watford. Don't rule it out. It's not going to be there probably day one, but it would be.
Can you imagine the cost of running a steam train from there?
Yeah, I mean, you'll have like 5 Eurostars backed up behind it.
Is it let's have a railway station.
What's that, bud?
Is it Warner Brothers?
Oh, the one in Watford? No, not really. They put on kind of coaches. Yeah. So it's about 2 or 3 miles outside the town centre. So Sarah wants to see Greg's there. What do you reckon, mate? Greg's?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a Greg's?
Yeah, well, there's one over the road anyway at the services, isn't there, at Marston?
Yeah, true.
I'm a frequent user of, but yeah, I mean, the Greg's, yeah, it would be good, a Greg's on site. Whether they would allow it or not, I don't know, because the trouble with a Greg's is that if you've got a whole ton of the fancy restaurants and stuff, and then a Greg's next to it, and you can get 4 sausage rolls for £4
yeah,
or 25, 30 quid for a burger, where are you going? You're going to Greg's.
You're going Greg's, mate. You're going Greg's. You're going to get your cheesy bean slice. The Avery Coffee Shop. Excellent place to get coffee, by the way. Can't wait for coffee in the morning and roller coasters in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't drink coffee, but I drink a nice green tea.
You like green tea, don't you, mate?
I do like green tea.
Why don't you give us your... So I'll have the... I actually have the Avery coffee every morning. What green tea do you have?
Tea Pigs.
Tea Pigs. Oh, that's nice. It's not just it's got something before the green tea. It's like Malfang or something weird like that, isn't it?
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Nice. About 10 quid for 50 tea bags. So a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but it's a treat, isn't it? You got to treat yourself.
You think about it, you could go to Costa and buy that, and that costs you 4 quid just for 2 tea bags and a cup of water. I normally put 2 in because it don't really work with 1 tea bag. Cups.
You're having the big mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have the big mug.
Yeah.
All right, look, I've got a couple of little bits and pieces that I wanted to kind of I'm not putting anyone on the spot. I'm not going to put you on the spot, mate. But it's kind of a little bit of fun. I've got my are you familiar with the supercomputer? Who's seen the supercomputer before?
Yeah.
You seen this supercomputer?
Yeah, I think I saw it when you did it to Bex.
Yeah. So I've got this supercomputer, right? And I designed it myself. But what it does is it gives us some head-to-heads of universal attractions around the world, right? Now, I'm gonna kind of trigger this supercomputer now. I'm gonna give people a head-to-head, right? So, mate, you need to kind of stick your neck out as well. But I want everyone in the chat, right, to say which one they're choosing. All right, so it's got a good noise. It's very technical, this thing.
You want me to say it or write it or what?
No, you say it. You can say it because Are you ready? I'm gonna. One second. Here we go. Did you hear that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's good. Okay, Hulk at Islands of Adventure or The Mummy? Put your answers in the chat. We'll see who wins.
He is a mysterious... Sorry, I was just reading the chat. I'm going to go Hulk. I just saw Ben just wrote it. What I was going to say is Universal going to show his face anytime soon. He's a mysterious guy. Yeah. Definitely. Hey, look, I've made the wrong choice. Everyone's
do you know what? No. I think it's about 50-50. If I go up here, we've got... So you're Hulk. So we've got Hulk, 4 Hulks, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a score draw. Okay, off to the next one. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back to the Future, the classic, right? You're getting
Back to the
into the
Future.
DeLorean motion simulator job. Or
Yes.
Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
No. Back to the Future.
Mm,
Yeah.
Back
Back
to
to
the
the Future
Future.
all the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything Back to the Future branded gets my vote.
This is interesting, right? This
We
is
can't win.
interesting. I know, because look, we got a lot of Potter fans in the chat right now. This is great. Okay, all right. So actually, mate, Potter wins.
Yeah.
Potter wins
Yeah.
that time.
Remember that.
Although excellent. I'm glad Cason's saying Back to the Future. That is excellent. Right.
Well done.
Okay. We're going again now. Oh, okay. All right. This one's okay. 2 Orlando rides. Okay, here we go. Okay. E.T. Adventure or Men in Black Alien Attack in the chat.
I have to Google some of these. Is
All right.
which one of them is a traditional style coaster, like with a?
Neither of these are coasters. Both of these are dark rides. E.T.
Oh, okay.
is a Spielberg designed dark ride where you sit on a bike, and Men in Black is a shooter ride where you go and shoot aliens.
Oh, Men in Black then. Bit of fun.
Yeah, bit of fun.
I like them
I've just
both
got
equally, but I'd rather have a little extra to do with the gun.
yeah, and Men in Black, man, that's classic, right? I don't know that I love that. That's super. Before I reveal the winner of that one, a quick happy birthday to Alpha Kenny Kidd, who is apparently apparently it's a birthday. So well done, happy birthday, E.T. Oh my God, look, this is a real split. This one, okay. So we got E.T. We got Men in Black, Men in Black. My Christmas Emporium does not know Men in Black. From Ronnie Dodge, Men in Black. So, like, I think there's also this kind of thing where you kind of you go on ET just kind of because at the end, right? ET will kind of go, it'll say your name, and it's kind of like it'll kind of go Project Universal, right? It will say something. It will kind of go. It would say like that. So, in a kind of like a real kind of quality. Mid 90s automation kind of way. So yeah, I'm going to have that one down as a draw. I think that one's a score draw again. Okay, we're going to do. Let's have a think. All right, actually, this one's an interesting one. This will be our last one. So this is 2 roller coasters.
Yeah.
And one replaced the other. The other was actually technically 2. So we've got Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, which has got the snappiest title of any ride in the world, versus Dueling Dragons as it opened and then became Dragon Challenge. Well, got to kick the supercomputer in there. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be Dragon Challenge, Dueling Dragons, same thing? Or is it going to be Hagrid's?
I'm going to say Hagrid's for its originality.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's an interesting one, right? Because when Dueling Dragons came out, there were 2 coasters. They would like kind of do things but really close to kind of race against each other and all the rest of it. Amazing. But then I think as people started having heavier and heavier things in their pockets, like phones, they started flying off and I think somebody actually got quite seriously hurt. So then they stopped those rides from racing anymore, which was kind of the beginning of the end. They replaced it with Hagrid's, which they took kind of a very thrilling ride and turned it into a more family thrill ride.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, man. Like Hagrid's is kind of like, it's like nothing else in the world, right?
It's unique, so original. It's just
exactly.
That's why that should be.
Yeah. And so I think we'll let Hagrid win that one. Absolutely love that. All right, okay. Look, we've got a few minutes left. So what are we going to? What should we unpack? What do you reckon the next thing's going to be? When do you think we're going to actually see some activity down at the site, mate? Beyond,
I think we'll certainly
beyond digging holes.
I think we'll certainly see the construction village being constructed this year. Or services going in.
Yeah,
they're clearly building up to digging that road up, Manor Road up.
I saw. Like, if anyone's missed this,
I don't know what's going on there, but they're certainly up to something.
So, this is kind of a very recent development. So, tell us what you've seen, because this has been in the last few days, right?
Oh, it's been about a couple of weeks. You were a bit too busy sunning it in Turkey.
I was sunning it in Turkey.
The rest of us were still in Bedford working. Yeah, they've been marking the road up, so I think they're marking up for whatever services are under the road.
Yeah.
Water and the water pipe runs alongside it, because I remember chucking a rock at it as a kid and splitting the pipe. But yeah, they're certainly busy there.
Yeah.
I think they've done a few boreholes. They certainly did boreholes on Broadmead Road, which is the road that runs alongside the
yes.
And there the other week, last week maybe.
Where was it? Because I was trying to place exactly where it was, but you shared a few pictures recently of some kind of clearance of some overgrowth and stuff, and that where was that?
It's on Ampthill Road, just before you go over the bridge to the interchange.
Yeah,
opposite the lay-by there. They own a stretch of them trees. Well, it was just there. They were there yesterday, and possibly still. I should think they're still there doing it. Well, not right now, but I should think they'll be there tomorrow, finishing off.
What do you think?
Cutting right back to the property line, and someone actually left a comment on the Facebook page, which is Project Universal, by the way. Go and follow it.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Someone left a comment and they said, "I bet they're getting ready to put the fencing up," and it makes absolute sense, because when they cut a lot of the stuff back at Manor Road, then the fencing appeared, didn't it? So it could be what they're building for. The trouble is, when it gets hot, people swim in them lakes. I remember last year when I was possibly on, but maybe not so much on the private land, flying a drone, and I could see, that the little families go and sit at the side of the lake and paddle in the water. So, and of course, that's why that's when all them water. Do you remember all the rings, the life-saving rings appeared?
Oh
last summer.
Yeah.
So that they're doing that. So I should think they're going to want to fence it off soon to drown on their lake. It's not a very good start, is it, for a theme park?
It's not the best. No, it wouldn't be the best thing. And if they put a big fence up around it, and then someone still climbs over the fence, and then it's kind of like, well, that's on you, sort of thing. That's misadventure rather than an accident. But no, I think that makes perfect sense for them to kind of just. I'd imagine that we'll see that the kind of the fencing that we've seen around the site go up. Now, do you think we're going to because obviously what we've got at the moment is it's standard fencing, right? It's just mesh.
Arris fencing, it's called. ARIS
fencing. So we've got lots of Arris fencing. See, this is an educational experience for all of us. We've got Arris fencing knocking about, but do you think we're going to see something like, maybe a little bit taller, maybe a little bit more substantial, maybe a little bit less transparent popping up over the next few years?
I think they've got thick enough growth. I mean, they might put some hoarding up, right? And they some wooden hoarding, but the undergrowth, the bushes and that are quite thick. They probably won't go too crazy.
Yeah.
I can tell you though that when it's finished, it'll have a 2.5 metre high wall all the way around it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be the security perimeter. Because if you saw it in the documents, they what's it called when they black it out so you can't see it?
Oh, redacted.
They redacted all the security thing, but I managed to see a copy before it was redacted.
Oh, really?
It told you about all their security stuff, which I won't go into. That'd be unfair.
Yeah.
But one of the things is a 2.5 meter wall all the way around the site, so you ain't climbing in.
No. I mean that's pretty that's pretty chunky. But yeah, I mean, look, it makes sense. It's going to be fascinating to see it all kick off. When do you think we're going to start seeing stuff with the slip road, man?
Probably. I've not seen any. See, that's much easier to see tenders because it will be Highways Agency.
Yeah.
So you can see the tenders for that. And I've been looking, but I haven't seen anything yet. I suspect that we need to get enabling works on first to turn the field into a more suitable temporary road so they can drive across it. Because at the moment, anything that goes across that field is just going to end up stuck. So they need to put, some sort of solid surface down, even if it's just MOT, which is what they, MOT type 1 or 2.
That's kind of just like some pretty kind of claggy, gravelly stuff.
Yeah, that's the sort of stuff that if you're having block paving on your driveway or something like that, they'll put MOT down once because it's like rocks and quite powdery, and you can compact it right down flat.
Gotcha.
So they'll probably make some sort of access roads with that, and then start building the embankment. I should think they'll dig a lake somewhere. That's normally what they do. There'll be, for example, the 421 flyover on the corner where Brewers Fair and Maypole is. So any flyover that on a dual carriageway, any flyover will generally have a pond next to it, a big lake, which they'll call it a nature reserve or whatever. But what they do is they dig the materials from right next to site and use that to make the ramps to go up over the bridges. So I will suspect that we'll see a lake appear right next to wherever they build this bridge.
Well, I mean, do you reckon it'll be right next door, or do you reckon they'll just that'll just be the lake in the middle of the thing?
They could take the mud from where they want to build the lake.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I mean, then you don't need to worry about where you're going to put all that earth.
They don't need to get rid of it then. They can just use that as the ramp to go over it. It'd make perfect sense. But again, it's two different agencies working together. And in this country, that just doesn't happen.
No, very true. I mean, at the very least, because in my mind, before I knew about the 2.5 meter wall, I thought, what they would do is they would kind of excavate that lake out, and they'd kind of build an embankment all the way around that would kind of offer a bit of kind of screening for locals and things like that. It's something that was first done in the 50s with the original Disneyland over in Anaheim, California, called the berm, so that when you were in there, you couldn't see out. It was like you were in a kind of an oasis. You're away from it all. So it kind of seemed kind of logical to me to see, that I guess as well, that's not shifting something 400 meters, it's shifting something maybe 200. So that could work. But no, I think it's going to be great. So we're looking at work kicking off on Wixham's early next year. Some enabling works.
February it's down for Wixham's is.
Nice. And I mean the Highways Agency want to kick that bit of work off sooner rather than later, probably before the weather turns nasty.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take them too long to put a flyover on there.
No, as long as it's not done by the Black Cat people.
They've just built a load of warehouses there, so it's where are they going to fit this?
I know.
Because if you look at the gap,
it's not huge.
Yeah, exactly. It's between the warehouses and the 41. It's tiny.
Yeah. No, it really isn't. There's really not much going on there at all. But then there could they go under, because that part of the A421 is raised.
I don't know. That's going to get crazy expensive going under, isn't it?
Yeah. Watch and see. We'll know the answer to this probably in a few short months.
If they were going to go under, that's going to create a problem for the existing 41. No, I don't think they would do that. I think
Also, with all the flooding nonsense, yeah, they don't want to be doing that. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then Construction Village later this year as well. So we've got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Obviously, the planning documents have gone in. What do we reckon in terms of when we're going to actually see that kind of green lit? How long do you reckon it's going to be?
I think it will appear in the autumn. They
sort of like October time.
They want to get on with it.
Yeah.
They're now twiddling 100%. Their thumbs. And the reason they picked now is because they want Parliament to go on their holiday, the summer recess. And once they're back, then they can start nagging whoever's in charge, Rachel Reeves or whatever, Wally in government are doing it. And they can say, look, we want to get on with this.
Yeah.
And they're going to want it signed and sealed by Christmas.
100%.
I would say before Christmas, but
I would agree with you. I mean, I'm thinking it will be September. Just to kind of jump into the chat, Infinite Universal fan says end of this year. Ronnie Dodge reckons late September. Ben says it's already been approved. It's just a formality. Ben, like you're actually incredibly close to the truth. It's the planning documents have taken this long to be put together because they've been put together in consultation with the government, with the local councils. Everyone that needs to be involved has been involved in these. I know there was a little bit of a tada with East West Rail because they're like, oh well, there wasn't. Did you see that East West Rail kind of going? Well, we didn't. There wasn't any planning application in, so we've not accounted for it in our plans. You're just like, shut up, mate. Yeah. Did you see this? It's nonsense. Yeah, absolute nonsense. But
Universal did the right thing, and they said, "Look, there's the land. We're just getting on with it."
Yeah, exactly.
You don't argue about that between yourselves.
Yeah, if you want people to use your rail line to get there, which could be of benefit to you, then maybe account for it. Microsis Emporium. What's the next Universal film people want made? Okay, all right, that's a question. It's a little bit on a tangent, but we'll cover it. So, okay, it's a Universal. It's got to be a Universal IP. So it can be from any time in the past. What would you like to see, mate? If you could see let's say it's like a. I don't normally like reboots, but say it's a reboot and it's done really well. What would you like to see?
Oh, God. Certainly not Back to the Future.
I know. I didn't think you would.
No. That's done now. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Mummy sequel. Gremlins 3. Or a new concept.
Gremlins could always be open to a reboot, yeah.
I think Gremlins could. I'd love to see that. Like,
I want to see CGI Gremlins because the puppets there's something magical about when you have a puppet.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, it's it's great. I honestly, I love that. I love that movie. But I missed it the first time round. So I only watched it for the first time a few years back, right? And God, it's absolute work of genius. Absolutely love it. But no, I mean, there's so many opportunities. Yeah, I mean, like, I think, My Christmas Emporium says, Mummy, I want more action adventure films like Uncharted. I mean, look, there's plenty of stuff going on. I haven't seen Uncharted. Is that a Universal one? Funnily enough, because there's an Uncharted ride over at Port Aventura. There are talks that Warner Brothers wants to do a Goonies sequel, and they tried to do it last year, but he's like, no, leave it alone. Oh yeah, do you know what? Matt Blogs with this is the one, right? So, have you've seen all the Dark Universe stuff from Epic?
Yeah.
I think I would love to see like a pure horror movie, not like kind of nothing trying to be too clever, nothing like that, but like go Frankenstein's monster, go Dracula. Go do something, right? Do something nice. We have. I mean, we've not had a proper Dracula movie for a while. I mean, the last decent one was probably like the Gary Oldman one, right? But
American Werewolf in Bedford.
Hey man, it's got a ring to it. If they don't do it, I think we should. But yeah, based from the village of Dartmoor. Yeah, like you could have it actually kind of like springboarding, kind of like a kind of back out of the theme parks. Kind of we've seen this work a little bit. Scotty T, are you both from Bedfordshire? I am. Now,
yeah. Born and bred in Bedford.
Yeah, you're authentically
Bedfordian.
You're a Bedfordian authentically. I'm not. I actually originate from Watford. So that's how, you know, I've just done that thing where I kind of like a kind of a millennial slug, kind of slither my way further away from London. And I'm here, and I'm you know what, I couldn't be more delighted. I moved to the Bedford area probably about 7 years ago, and then we moved again last year, and now.
What made you come to Bedford?
It's on the M1. It was not far from the M1. That's a great question. I mean, like, last place we lived before was halfway between Luton and Bedford, right? So, and it was in the middle of nowhere. So if we wanted to do something like go to the cinema or do something like that, we had a choice, right? We could kind of go 20 minutes to Luton or 20 minutes to Bedford or 30 minutes to Milton Keynes. So it was kind of like one or the other. And yeah, I thought I took a shine into Bedford. I like it.
So where would you go? Luton, Bedford, or MK?
What if I had the choice?
To cinema. If I wanted, to cinema. If I wanted to go to cinema, I'd probably go to MK every time.
Yeah, no, when we're going to the cinema,
to park.
Yeah, MK is easier to park, especially now Cineworld's no longer in Bedford anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean MK's great, right?
Have you been to the Sci-Fi Museum?
I have not. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Yeah,
I need to check that out. They got some nice bits and pieces.
It's a guy's private collection, and he's put it all on display now.
Oh, nice!
So you can get a triple ticket. It'll take you to the Sci-Fi Museum. It will take you to the Lego thing, which it depends if you like Lego or not.
Yeah.
And then you can go in the Pixel Bunker, which has got all the arcade games in it.
We're going down there in a month. Yeah.
If you get a triple ticket, you go around you buy two, you get one free, basically. But it's definitely worth it.
Oh, I've got to check that out, especially if it's near Pixel Bunker. I mean,
it's in the same building. It's mate.
Oh, I'll have to give that a go. I'll have to give that a little bit of a look. Right, JMI says, greetings, fellow loopers, droppers, and overpriced food stoppers. Do you know what? That's a great post in the chat. I love it. I love I love a good rhyme. Andy Jones, do you think Alton Towers will start going scarier for Halloween when Halloween Horror Nights starts? Goodness knows what any of those parts are going to be doing.
They're going to have to up their game.
They're going to have to up their game. Whether or not they actually have the capacity to do it in the right way at the moment, I'm not completely convinced that they do. Wait a minute, I've got to just drag a puzzle piece across my phone just to make sure I'm a human. At the moment, they're not filling me with confidence that they are capable fully of adjusting. Their response to Universal has been, yeah, we're going to have more IP-themed attractions. It's like, no, don't try and do Universal. Do you, and do you well, and people will go. But don't try and be just like because you'll just come off as a knockoff, and that no one needs that. Like that's poor. Right, here we go. Right, Scotty T reckons that there's going to be a that Wootton and Kempston are going to have some new leisure areas. We'll see how that one pans out. I mean, I'd love to see it. I mean, Universal going to be employing 8,000 local people, right? And those people are going to get paid, and they're probably going to get paid okay. They're probably going to get paid pretty well. So there's going to be 8,000 additional salaries going into the local area. And that can only be a good thing for everyone, right? Whether it's as tedious and boring as council tax, or whether it's like the cafes and the restaurants and stuff that's not even connected to Universal, it's going to be great. Do we think there'll be a rainforest cafe on site? Maybe.
Have you been to the cafe in Stuartby yet?
The Kiln?
They should pay me for that. Yeah, the Kiln.
Yeah, man, it's great.
It is great, isn't it? I had a burger there the other day with Wandering Northerner, actually. Do you remember when I asked you if you wanted to come for a burger and you turned me down?
I do remember. Yeah. I do remember. Yeah. And well, no, he said, are you free? And I was like, no, I'm working. And then, later on, I just see, pictures of your food and stuff. And honestly, man, it's great in there. Love it. If you're not checked out the Kiln in Stuartby, in fact, I'm going to try and get them on here. I think that would be fun. Get them on here.
He didn't know who it was. We just went in there and had a burger, and to this day, he knows that we went there, but I never spoke to him and said, "Yeah, man, I'm Project Universal," because I don't want none of that.
No. Well, no one knows who you are.
That. You know that I don't. I'm not doing this for to be recognised.
No. But
at the same time, I'm quite happy to walk up to people and say, "Hello, I'm Project Universal" when I see them at the site.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good. There's a bit of mystery, a little bit of mystique.
Bioreconstruct, the British Bioreconstruct.
That exactly, man. That's the one, right? That's what you got to be pumping for that.
Before today, I thought you were both the same person.
Who's that?
No.
Who said that?
Scotty T.
Scotty T. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah. No. Do you know what? I'm convinced a few people of us blended in their consciousness, and they've kind of got just one. They're like, oh yeah, that guy, and there's actually two of us, which is either a comfort or a horror, depending on your perspective. Let's have a little bit of a look, just a final few ones, and then we're going to wrap it up. Here we go. Stuart B. Brickworks demolition seems to be moving forward quickly. I've not checked it out, but that's you've probably spotted that, mate.
What's that? Say that
the
again.
Stuart B. Brickworks demolition.
Yeah, I mean, that's more. I haven't really been paying much attention to it. That's more Wandering Northerner. He does that sort of content. He'll do all sorts of stuff. I might notice it occasionally when I've got the drone up, but no, I haven't looked for a week or so. But I think they have got the truck, the diggers on site. Chesington's getting Paw Patrol and Minecraft, according to Infinite Universal fan. Well,
Universal better watch out.
I will certainly have a look at the Minecraft.
It'll be interesting if it's done well. It could be good.
I mean, Minecraft before it even came out as a beta, as an alpha tester. I think I was playing it.
Really?
It was a great game. Yeah, all you could do was just dig down. There was nothing else. It just blocks. No trees. No nothing. Very interesting.
I mean, it's unbelievable to see how much of a thing it's become because it was famously designed and created by just a dude, and that's crazy. Before we wrap it up, mate, I want to there's one here from Ben, and it's how did you both meet? And that kind of when someone asks that question, it kind of it's that sort of like question that you'd ask like a married couple, right?
Yeah.
But there is almost there was a well, do you know what? It's funny. So I'm sure we've said this before, but Project Universal and I we had a beer down at the local pub.
I remember,
At this time, I did not know. Obviously, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what he'd look like. So I was like, okay, cool, yeah, brilliant. I'll be there at whenever, like 7 o'clock or whatever.
I could have stood him up.
What do I look for? And yeah, who am I looking for? And you just said, don't worry, I know what you look like. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I went down there, right? I went down there and I said to my wife, I said, look, I'm going down there. I'm meeting up Project Universal. It's like, how are you going to know who it is? I said, genuinely, I'm just got to hopefully someone will come up to me and say, oh, by the way, it's me. So anyway, we'll go down there and there's just like a load of old geezers in the pub, right? It's a load of old geezers and then one not so old geezer, right? And it turns out to be Project Universal. So anyway, we get a drink and we're just sort of like having a chat and whatever. And it struck me like about kind of half an hour in. I was thinking like, hang on, all these old geezers, they've just seen me go in there, kind of looking around, trying to like, you know, not knowing who I was going to meet, and then you also kind of knowing but not knowing, and what a very bizarre dynamic that must have been for everybody in the pub.
Did you have to text your wife to tell her you're okay?
I did. Yeah, I texted her. I said, "Look, it's okay. It's not
axe murderer.
Not an axe murderer. He's not a psycho."
But when I was in the car, I thought, "Look, what's the chances of there being 2 axe murderers in the same pub?"
Yeah.
So I knew I was all right.
Exactly. The odds were in your favour. All right, sweet. Look, we're going to wrap it up. But look, thank you so much, mate. Thank you to Project Universal for jumping on. This is the first one. We're going to try and do these every week. It'll just be a kind of a chat. Well, hopefully we're going to have Dex from Parkcast and maybe one other, but I'm just I'm working on that one. I've got an iron in the fire.
Okay.
But we'll
very
see.
Interesting.
But but I mean, you know, you're welcome here anytime, man. But honestly, thanks so much. And if somehow you are not following Project Universal on Facebook, then please do give them a little follow. But look, thanks so much, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in with us today. It's been amazing. And as I said, we're going to do this every week. So I'll see you again very soon. All right. Cheers, guys. Catch you later.